بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء وإمام المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن اتبع هداه ومن اقتفى أثره إلى يوم الدين. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده يتولى الصالحين، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله الصادق الوعد الأمين. اللهم لك الحمد حتى ترضى، ولك الحمد إذا رضيت، ولك الحمد بعد الرضا. اللهم لك الحمد كله ولك الشكر كله، وإليك يرجع الأمر كله علانيته وسره. فأهل أنت أن تحمد، وأهل أنت أن تعبد، وأنت على كل شيء قدير. فيا نعم المولى ويا نعم النصير، غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير. وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وحبيبه، بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح للأمة، وكشف الله به الغمة، وتركها على المحجة البيضاء ليلها كنهارها لا يزيغ عنها إلا هالك. I bear witness that there is no one worthy of worship but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the sustainer, the creator of the universe, and everything is in it, and everything it contains. And I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is his true prophet and messenger, and leader of all messengers, and the one who is sent to all creation as mercy. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. We have sent you but mercy to everything. Not just ins and jinn, but to all creation. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless his companions Abu Bakr and Umar and Uthman and Ali, his wives, and those who righteously followed their footsteps to raise the kalima of La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. May Allah bless all of us, our parents, our leaders, our scholars, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide all of them to the right path. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless all of you, the servants who are sitting here before Him in this very masjid, in this very house, where you answered the call of Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu idha nudiya lis-salati min yawm al-jum'ati fas'au ila dhikrillah. O you who believed, if the call for Juma'a is established, you rush to the remembrance and the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you leave all your affairs and all your businesses to come and answer this very call. May Allah bless us all and make all our du'as answered and open His mercy, His gates of mercy upon all of us. Ameen. My dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has bestowed upon us ni'mas that we cannot even begin to count. We cannot even begin to name the blessings of them. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the ayah, وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا. And He says, if you try to count the one ni'mah, if you try to mention the blessings of one ni'mah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has bestowed upon you, you won't be able to. He says, in the Arabic, that's if you say if. Where He said, if He was to say either, it would say when you do it. Then probability stands a chance. But here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, in. Knowing that it's impossible for any of us, any of His creation, to stand a chance to even challenge Him, even with one small tiny challenge. So, it brings me to say that if you think about one ni'mah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has bestowed upon us, the ni'mah of the sight, your vision. Let's say you're 50, 60, 70 years old. How many times have you used that ni'mah since you were born? And how many times were you blessed to use it in the good things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it allowed for? And how many times did you actually thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for that great ni'mah? And you count the other ni'mas. You won't even be able to start that. From the ayat that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the ni'mas and the things that, the proper way of appreciating Him, and many other ayat, there are so many in the Quran, but we'll mention a few inshallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَاذْكُرُونِي أَذْكُرْكُمْ وَاشْكُرُونِي وَلَا تَكْفُرُونَ. Meaning, remember me and I will remember you. And believe in me and thank me and do not deny me. Do not deny the ni'mah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that happens, my respected brothers and sisters, by us using that ni'mah for the things that He prohibited us from doing. The ni'mah of the car, the ni'mah of your legs, the ni'mah of your limbs, your senses. Using them for the haram things that He prohibited. That's denying the ni'mah. And also he says, يا أيها الذين آمنوا كلوا من طيبات ما رزقناكم واشكروا لله إن كنتم إياه تعبدون. Eat from all you who believe, eat from the good things that we have provided for you, and all the rizq, the sustenance that we have provided for you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and thank me, and if you truly believe. If you truly believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you do that. And also, in another ayah, إِنَّا خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ مِن نُطْفَةٍ أَمْشَاجٍ نَبْتَلِيهِ فَجَعَلْنَاهُ سَمِيعًا بَصِيرًا إِنَّا هَدَيْنَاهُ السَّبِيلَ إِمَّا شَاكِرًا وَإِمَّا كَفُورًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as we all know, created us from a sperm drop mixture. And He has guided us and raised us and all that, and to try us. And there are some people that will be guided, and there will be some people that will not be guided. Okay? And for those who are guided, you thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for that ni'mah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also says, وَاشْكُرُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ إِن كُنْتُمْ إِيَّاهُ تَعْبُدُونَ. And you thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if you truly believe Him, if you truly believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you thank Him for the ni'mas that He has given you. And we know the famous hadith when the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the peace and blessings be upon him and all his companions and all the prophets, when he told Mu'adh, "Oh Mu'adh, I swear by Allah I love you." Okay? And if we can imagine each one of us for a second, if the Prophet actually told us that, one of us here, if he told us, what honor would that be? To be remembered for, in hadith. And Allah the Prophet ﷺ told Mu'adh, "Wallahi inni la uhibbuk." And he told him not to pass up the opportunity to do this dhikr after, or this dua after each salah. He said, do not pass up the opportunity to say, Allahumma a'inni ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadatik. Oh Allah, aid me to remember you, and to thank you, and to properly worship you. These things. So after every salah, the Prophet ﷺ made this recommendation, or this strong urgent, and he expressed his love to Mu'adh radiallahu anhu, and he told him to do that after every salah. And also, another hadith, the Prophet ﷺ, in a very famous hadith also says, عَجَبًا لِأَمْرِ الْمُؤْمِنِ. It's amazing and wonderful the matters and the affairs of the believer. Any way you look at it, I'm just going to translate it, any way you look at it, his affaiars are khayr, all of them are good. Meaning, if something good happens to you, you thank Allah, and that's ibadah. You say alhamdulillah, and maybe you give nafaqah, you do something, you express it by certain means. And you thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this ni'mah of that He gave you. And also if He subhanahu wa ta'ala, let's say if you're hit with a calamity, you're patient and sabr, and that is also ibadah. And that's also a way of expressing to Allah that you are patient, and that's also, you get reward for that. Okay? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described the sabirin as the ones who truly, if they are hit with a calamity, they say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. We are to Allah, we belong to Allah, and to Him subhanahu wa ta'ala we shall return. And Musa alayhi salam asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala about a proper way to thank Him. And he said, Ya Allah, tell me about a way, tell me about something that I can do to thank you for all these ni'mas that you have bestowed upon me. He said, you just did. He said, how is that? He said, because thanking me for being able to thank Allah, that is a ni'mah. So imagine that by itself is a very huge thing. When you thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the ni'mah, that is actually ibadah that you're getting rewarded for. So after you eat your meal, say alhamdulillah, you get a reward for that. After anything that you do, you say alhamdulillah, and you make all these dhikr, dua, as-safar, ruku, when you ride your car and all that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rewards you for these things that even He's not charging you for that. He's saying, use the ni'mah and remember me, subhanahu wa ta'ala. And among all the ni'mas that are countless, and like we stated earlier, and we all realize, all the ni'mas are countless. But we're going to mention just the main. The first one is the ni'mah of Islam. We all agree on that. The ni'mah of Islam that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the ayah, Inna ad-deena 'inda Allahi al-Islam. The deen with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Islam only, that's it. There's no other religion that's going to be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala but Islam. وَمَنْ يَبْتَغِي غَيْرَ الْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا فَلَا يُقْبَلَ مِنْهُ. And if you come to Allah on the Day of Judgment with, and you have done, you built, you donated to charity, and you've done all these things on your life, and you spent all your life doing good cause and good deeds and everything, but you're not a Muslim, what good is that? Nothing. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not accept any deen but Islam. And that right there, that is the biggest ni'mah. Now after that, we have the second biggest ni'mah after that is the mu'afah, the well-being. The Prophet ﷺ says in the hadith, is that there is nothing biggest than the ni'mah of Islam, or second to the ni'mah of Islam, of being a Muslim, than your well-being. Okay? And how many times do you get sick, and then once you recover, you thank Allah like, even more? Or if you see somebody, let's say, that is, God forbid, may Allah shield us all, but you see somebody who is having difficulty maybe breathing or walking or carrying an oxygen tank, you say, Alhamdulillah, that He has exempted me from being like that, and He has given me better health than a lot of people. That right there is by itself is an ni'mah. And Allah subhanahu, and also, that is, like the Prophet ﷺ said, the second biggest ni'mah after Islam is your well-being, your sahha. And there are people, go back just to the first point about Islam, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the ayah, يَمُنُّونَ عَلَيْكَ أَنْ أَسْلَمُوا. They are acting like it's a favor that they have done to you, O Muhammad, and to Allah, that they became Muslims. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala immediately says, no. They cannot, that's not a favor that they are doing to you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who has the favor here, that He has guided you to Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us all to have the iman, to have this Islam, this ni'mah, the great ni'mah of Islam. And the sahha, or the health after that, is what aids you to be able to do all that. Okay? So we got the Islam, we got the well-being, and then the third one, the third biggest one, is the financial aspect of it. The ability to be able to do the good things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to do. All the ibadah. Like, I have enough gas to go to the masjid. If not, I have my health to go do Salat al-Juma'a. Okay? Or I am employed, and I'm going to leave my job, and it's okay, Allah will make up for my risk, and I will go back and I'll go to the Salat al-Juma'a. And the ability to be able to go to Hajj. For those of us who have been to Hajj or Umrah, you know how expensive that is, or it can get very pricey. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed us with that ni'mah, to be able, with the ni'mah of wealth, mal, so we can be able to do the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to do. Also, another thing you can use it for is the aspect of your seeking your education. A lot of us have come to this country, or maybe gone to another country to seek education and knowledge and ilm. Whether it's ilm of whatever it is, medicine or religion or any other thing, but it's ilm. You spent all this money to gain ilm from what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has bestowed upon you that ni'mah, that He gave you the ability to go seek that ni'mah, to go seek that knowledge that you went after. And how did you do that? The ability financially. And there's a story about the health part. If I just may go back in just a second. There was two people that came to the Prophet ﷺ, and they came from Yemen. And one of them, they were so close to each other. They entered Islam on the hands of the Prophet before the Prophet ﷺ, and then one of them died. A year later, one of the Sahaba saw both of them in a dream. That one of them, the one who was working the most and was doing more effort and more amal and more fadail and more these things, he entered Islam, he entered Jannah before. So it was the one that did the less amal, the one who did the less amal entered Jannah before the first one, before the one who was doing a lot more. The Prophet ﷺ heard about that dream, and he told him, yes, because he had one more year to do in our terms, X amount of salah, X amount of siyam, X amount of this and that, and all these good deeds, and nafaqat, and these things. So he had that whole 1 year to do that. And how was he able to do that? With his well-being. Okay? And not to mention the ni'mah of Islam that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has bestowed upon him. And the other thing, that the ability to be able to make zakah, the ability to be able to make sadaqat, the ability to be able to make all these ibadat require financial. And with this, I would like just to, because I know there's a second khutbah and the Imam is going to mention the rest of it, but we have come to you from the Masjid Islamic Center, where the board from here, the Imam from here is actually there right now in our masjid. And I know the great story behind you building your masjid here, the land, the story outside. I met with Brother Kashif last time I was here, and he told me the story about how the land is being purchased, mashallah. With us in the masjid, we bought a piece of land with a campus on it back in 2008, and the very first prayer that we held in it was the first night of Ramadan, Tarawih 2008. And alhamdulillah, right now it's a full-time masjid, or it has been since day one. And we have a school where we teach Quran and Arabic and all the Islamic studies in there. And inshallah, by the end of next month, we're going to start breaking the ground and inshallah going up. And inshallah, we'll have a beautiful masjid like this one you have here. So inshallah, after this salah, inshallah, Rabbil Alameen, we're going to do a short fundraising. We ask you all to stay with us just for a few minutes. We're not going to make it long. And for those who are not going to be able to do anything or to contribute with us, we ask you just to stay and bless us with the barakah of your dua. Okay? Maybe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will enable you one day to actually do the same. It's going to be just about 5 to 10 minutes after the salah, inshallah, Rabbil Alameen. And then after that, you go back to your amal like in the ayah. You go spread back to your yours. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك يا ربنا سميع مجيب الدعوات. اللهم احقن دماء المسلمين في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها. Oh Allah, bless us all and bless all those mothers and children who are being slaughtered and butchered all over the land. Oh Allah, bring the peace and comfort to all those who are being tortured and those who are being oppressed and transgressed against all over the land. We ask you, Allah, to raise the kalima of La ilaha illallah up high like it used to be once. Wa jazakumullah khair wa ahsanallahu alaykum.